Queued up.
What's up, everybody? It is episode 3. We made it to episode 3. I don't even know how we did. The squad's in the building. I got to introduce everybody like I always do just to make sure y'all know who the players are in the building. To my right, we got my brother RC.
Yerp.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Looking good, looking
yes,
good.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
Thank
I
you,
like
bro.
that hat.
See, I appreciate you, bro. You know I got to represent the city.
Yes, sir.
I got to represent the city.
Good look.
To my left, my other brother, my big brother.
Hello.
My dog, Jello TV.
Hello.
Welcome back, episode 3.
We made it to episode 3. This is a big deal.
I don't even know how.
Me either, bro, to be honest with
I
you.
thought you would have got us canceled by now.
I almost put in my 2 weeks, bro. I'm going to be honest.
He was turning it down.
I don't like the way you've been treating me lately,
Right
bro.
here.
Put in
Oh
my
my
2
God.
weeks.
I
mean.
rule with an iron black fist.
He's a wow.
Whoa.
He's
Yeah.
mean,
Sheesh.
guys.
400 years, bro.
And in the back, doing the spoken word.
He's mean.
He's back from his adventures of painting and being a very busy man. My brother Giovanni.
Yes,
welcome
sir.
back to the welcome back to the high seat.
Out here painting the biggest wall in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
covered in paint as we speak.
Smith over here scaling walls like Spider-Man out here, man.
Goddamn
Black Spider-Man.
Also, shout out to our producer, Chewy on the boards.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? The reason why everything looks as good as it does and sounds as good as it does. So, Chewy, we love you. We appreciate you, dog.
Already.
Thank you. Always repping, some type of Phoenix team with the jerseys and everything.
Always.
And I love the beanie.
Much love.
Love the beanie.
Much love.
That's my guy. And then, of course, my brother Charlie Mumbles over here on the free camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Getting the up close and personal, so that way my beard looks good. So you have to get up close to
Hey,
it. That's
don't-
coconut oil.
Don't get too close to me, bro. I'm still
Nah, get
covered in
close.
paint.
Nah, eye contact. That's
Look.
coconut oil.
You got oil in the beard?
Yeah, man. Hey, but this is the squad. This is the team today. Like I said, episode 3. We are the Queued Up podcast.
We got it.
Oh, you got it.
Wow.
No, Jello didn't get it.
I told y'all,
Wow.
third
Nah,
time's a charm, bro. I was
got
on
something
it.
for you for next week.
I got it. What you mean?
He did.
you
Run that
wrong.
camera back.
Yeah.
Producer.
Yeah, you were kind of off. Chewy, I know he was off. But yeah, episode 3, the Queue It Up podcast. One more time, thank you to everybody who's been watching us on either YouTube, subscribing to us on Spotify, and now we are on Apple Podcasts as well. Episode 1 and 2 are both there, so you can find them if you want to kind of go back and see where we started from. Last week, we touched on issues such as what happened with Tyree Nichols, and a few other things as well. And then the first week, we did our introduction, introducing who we are and what we do and how we all got together. This week, episode 3 is going to be a jam-packed one. This could honestly be like a 5-hour episode if we really just talked about everything that's been going on in the past week or so.
Facts.
Or we're going to try to keep it, relatively not that long. Definitely not 5 hours. First topic we're going to be talking about is going to be a Black History Month and what it means to us. Mm-hmm. And then we're also going to touch on that movie, You People, which is the story of a white man falling in love with a black woman and their families meshing. It's been a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
At this point. And then we're also going to touch on the Grammys as well, kind of what we thought about the Grammys and the people who kind of watched it and stuff like that and how we feel. They honored hip-hop's 50th year.
That was dope. That was really dope.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
I
that
watched
was-
none of it, so y'all got to.
So we can't wait to fill you in. And also Lil Wayne being awarded for the artist that he's been for the past like 2.5 decades, man. He's been a beast. We're going to kind of talk about where he ranks. And then kind of, if we have a little bit more time, also touch on the big game that's going to be going on out here in Phoenix as well. We got Kansas City going against Philadelphia. The first time we got 2 starting black quarterbacks going against each other as
Love
well. So
Biggie.
Love it.
That's
a
Love
big
it.
one for
I
the
don't know
culture.
how,
Biggie.
but
I know you would think that there'll be more. Like, it's crazy, man. My dog Vic never made it there, man.
Yeah.
You know what
Hey,
I'm
do
saying?
you feel like we kind of set ourselves back by celebrating these moments, though?
oof.
No.
Like, is it becoming trendy to say, first black this, the first black
No.
that?
No, I think it's just a reminder of how unfortunate it is that we are at Super Bowl. What number is this?
57.
57?
Wow.
And this is the first time, so
Right.
I don't think it necessarily set us back. I think it's just like, whoa, this is.
I think it's surprising.
Is what time-
I mean,
yeah,
the,
it is.
the NFL's like made of 70-75% black men.
Right.
So
Fact.
it's just like how we still don't have a black owner, I believe, right?
No, there's
Yeah.
no black NFL
So
owner.
it's like,
No.
the head coach was a big deal. The first black head coach is like, oh wow, finally.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah, we're starting to get a few more black head coaches, but there's still a giant issue with that when it comes to professional sports, especially the NFL. And then for the longest time, they seen black quarterbacks as being black people unable to be like a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, like they only seen us as like wide receivers or running backs or defensive backs. But the quarterback,
Those blacks can run.
The ones that are not to be
We're
protected.
gonna get you a white quarterback.
Uh-huh.
Who don't want that?
well, there's a deeper meaning into that. And the
Oh, how
reason-
like the white QB's always overly protected? No, I'm joking.
Well, that too.
No, you're not
conceptual.
wrong. You're not wrong with that. But a lot of that stems from a lot of people in sports, or at least in football, they call the quarterback the CEO of the team. Like
Which you are though.
You are. No,
You are.
CEO of the
Facts.
franchise, actually. Like
Yeah,
Tom
usually.
Brady is your franchise. Aaron Rodgers is your franchise.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is now your franchise. So for the longest time, they don't want black people being the CEO of their franchise, of
the
the sports
face.
team. This is a
Yeah.
multi-billion-dollar, if not almost trillion-dollar company.
Yeah.
But the NFL is, and these teams are worth billions as well.
Yeah.
So it's been unfair for the longest time. But that would kind of lead into us. Agility, do you have a point?
No, I'm just saying. Let's not forget that we've had black quarterbacks though.
For sure.
We haven't had two face off in a big game like this, but we've had black quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That have seen great success.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But people still kind of always put like an asterisk next to that,
Yeah.
or people always kind of put like like he's good, but he's not him. Like if you compared some black quarterback stats to some,
Well-
middle of the pack white quarterback stats,
Yeah.
Let's say it wasn't even they just weren't the face of the program usually.
Right.
And I mean I feel like that's kind of what it is or what it has been, and now it's changing. Obviously, the last 5 years or so.
it is it's good because there's I want to say close to 10 starting black quarterbacks in the NFL, maybe just a little bit less than.
Nice.
But no, it's becoming less of like a big deal.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're still going to celebrate the fact that we have two young brothers with, they seem to be great young stand-up men, great role models, for the upcoming generation that we have, and they're leading it. Mahomes is a beast.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts is
undeniably.
a beast.
Undeniably.
Can we add to that though? We forget that around that time they thought black people weren't nearly as smart as white people.
That's what I was
So
gonna
that's
say.
where that idea comes from. They don't, in their mind, to be a quarterback, you have to be extremely intelligent.
Cerebral.
And you got to think quick, and they didn't think black people were capable. Surely you've figured out that you was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because we have like most of the inventions that like still matter today.
Y'all like peanut butter?
People.
Well, see, exactly.
NASA, like, it's crazy.
Well, let's kind of lead that into Black History Month.
Yeah.
Because this is that month. And that has been a thing, is that there's still a lot of people that don't know the contributions that black men and women have had to this country, to the world.
It's a fact.
And food and medicine and art and music. Like, they only know maybe some of like the basic things, but when it comes down to actually knowing like who was the first doctor to invent like a blood transfusion and stuff like that, that was a black doctor.
Yeah.
How you know that?
Because I came from a black family, baby. I know. You know what I'm saying? I gotta know.
Hey, do we know?
So hold on, real
Grandparents and
quick.
teachers.
I painted him last year. It was 3 black doctors, and one of them was that doctor. I think it's like Charles. something.
That's dope.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I'm not gonna. lie.
But yeah, I painted him last year for Black History Matters mural project out
Nice.
here in Phoenix. So he's on the wall.
Nice.
So, and I learned about him through that project.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Gio-
super dope.
Yeah, there
My
you
bad,
go.
my bad.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
okay?
spoken
You can't
word.
hear
See,
me? You
no, you good. But let me ask you, just to kind of get the ball rolling, Jello. If I ask you what Black History Month means to you as a black man in America, what would you say to that? And be honest.
I mean, where I was when I first started to really discover what black people meant to this country, I thought it was important to have that time. But now when you think about it, it sounds cliche to say it, but black history is American history.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
100%.
I don't think we need a month. We need to always be talking about how black folks have impacted this country and built this country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, we need to get rid of it. We need to get rid of Black History Month.
Really?
I think it just needs to go. Black history is American history. They should be talking about us all day long, every day, not just for an entire month. You put a picture up of MLK and you keep it moving. Nah, man,
That's true.
we
That-
mean a hell of a
that
lot
part
more
of
to this country than people want to actually accept, but it is what it is, man.
No, I agree to that. RC, what about you? What you think?
I think it's important. I don't think I wouldn't say we should get rid of it. I think it's important to highlight all of the inventions and the contributions that black people have made.
Right.
But the way I see that is kind of like you would never, and maybe you would. I don't know how you feel about this, and I know I'm not comparing these two things or ideas, but no one would ever say, let's get, I want to keep it light. No one will ever say, let's get rid of Taco Tuesday because I don't really eat tacos. The people who enjoy and appreciate tacos, hey, this is your thing. You do that. You have that. Or National Pizza Day or whatever. for the pizza lovers out there, they're gonna, highlight that and do that. But for the people who don't really care about that or are disinterested or whatever, as they have been, they'll just keep it pushing. But I don't think we should take it away because there are people out there who don't necessarily highlight it as important as other people.
But see, I think I have to respectfully kind of disagree with that notion, like comparing it to like a Taco Tuesday.
And again, that's why I said I wasn't.
I get it. I get where you're coming from, at least with that point. But I just think it's hard because nobody else really has a month. Like there is National Indigenous People like Day, or like they have like a moment that we kind of recently started celebrating in lieu of Christopher Columbus Day, after kind of knowing who Christopher Columbus was. And to some people that still means something. But besides that, there's not a National Hispanic Month. There's not a National Asian month.
No, there is. There's a National Hispanic. I think it's a National Hispanic Celebration Month or something like that. There is.
Okay.
It's just not. They don't talk about it nearly as much as they talk about Black History Month.
You don't go to McDonald's and you get, you know what I'm saying, like Caesar
Hispanic
Chavez.
Heritage Month.
Yeah. It's not like that. But like during Black History Month, I remember like you would get like Martin Luther King on like your soda cups or something like that.
Right.
You know,
But also Black History Month is an intentional thing because of how marred and like just honestly tarnished Black history has been. So it is intentionally a thing to say, hey, we're going to highlight something or put a light on something that has been kind of taken out of textbooks and history books for a long time. So I think each one of us, when we hear the word Black history, we think of a certain thing or a specific thing relative to each one of our lives. But the idea is that American history was told a certain way for up to so long. A lot happened, and obviously we are where we are today. But Black history is an intentional thing because if I'm being honest, a lot of Black people don't necessarily know their history past a certain point.
That part.
And when we think of Black history, we think of one thing. But when I think of Black history, I am referencing the entire thing all the way back as far as it can go.
Right. But I think for me, Black history is so much more nuanced than what you can fit into a month. The shortest month of the year, by the way.
Absolutely.
And, like, there's so much that, like, I feel like textbooks in schools, like, they talk about the same wash, rinse, repeat moments of Black history, like Rosa Parks on the bus and Martin Luther King with the I Have a Dream speech.
Exactly.
But they don't ever really want to get down to the nitty gritty about what a lot of our people go through. Giovanni, what do you think about that?
Oh man, for me, I feel like I just like listen to y'all. Like I don't really have like this notion of get rid of it or keep it. I don't really know. I haven't thought that far into it.
Yeah.
For me, like I just think of the artist side of it. Like I've been doing street art and murals for the last 2 years, and it's like every time February comes around, I'm a hot commodity, right? It's always like, oh snap, we need a Black artist, especially after like Black Lives Matter. So so still trying to figure out how to navigate those waters and find out how I actually feel about all that. Like, there's a part of it where it's like, we kind of celebrating Black pain almost sometimes and not getting paid off of it. But then it's also like, well, it's a good time to educate people on Black history, including myself, right? So I don't know. It's hard to say what should be done, and I think I would have just had to think more about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Jello.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's it right there. The reason why it's in for a season. It's like a holiday.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas. It's like Thanksgiving. You think they don't know that? It's done on purpose.
Yeah.
So that you can think about it and move on.
It's a scapegoat.
So you can easily it's around for a season, and Black history. You can't just squeeze that into a month and tell people to focus on it. Like it needs to be prevalent in our lives every single day. You can't just treat it like a holiday because it's not a holiday.
Yeah. No, exactly.
I agree with that.
And that's how they treat it. That's why it's
part
here
I
today
agree
and
with.
gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's what gives some people, because there's a lot of people that are open and they appreciate the fact that Black History Month, but there's other people that are like, hey, well, you guys have a month, like relax, it's March now.
Complaining about.
Yeah, it's like come on, it was Black
There's no
History
White
Month.
History Month.
Like no, Black History is every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like there is no White History Month. And I'm not trying to get into just that type of back and forth, but there's not, because White history is American history.
Yeah.
Black history is American history as well.
It's a fact.
And condensing us in a box. I remember Morgan Freeman a few years ago. He had a talk with he had an interview, and he said that he doesn't want a month. Like he agreed to the notion of not having a month because Black history is American history. It's intertwined. It is
every day.
It is just in the same breath. RC, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna ask you guys then if it was a conversation about, hey, we should do away with Black History Month, what would you guys like to see instead of that? Or is there anything instead of that? Or just get rid of it and then we just hope somebody brings it up in March or September or something?
Well, I mean, I think we can add, why not add more Black holidays, like different holidays to celebrate different Black activists and the people that kind of pave, like the doctor who invented blood transfusion. Or like we do, you know what I'm saying? Like spread that out throughout the year. Let's still keep Martin Luther King Day because he was an inspiration, but celebrate more Black leaders that people might not know about that aren't the most recognizable figures and give them their time to shine. That would be my opinion on that. It's like we spread that out instead of it just being 1 month where you just cram everything and then after that they just poof and like they go back into the shelter until next year.
That makes me think like we would have to celebrate Malcolm X, but it's like they're not gonna do that because they don't want people to know that story because that's like rebellious, right? And it's a way to keep people in control. So I feel like that's the part that we're probably missing, right? It's like at the end of the day, this is all done for a reason because they're still trying to keep a certain thumb on everything that's going on.
I know, they want the safe version of it. No, that's what they want.
I say
the safe version.
I say they definitely need to just continue doing what they're doing right now. It doesn't need to be a thing, a gimmick, or a holiday. Like a movie like Black Panther would never have been made 15 years ago. Right. Two Black quarterbacks playing in the NFL together, in the Super Bowl together. That wouldn't happen 15, 20 years ago. So if you notice TV and commercials, it's trendy to be Black. Like it's if you look at every television network, every movie, they have all African history or all Black section on Netflix. It's become a trend, right?
It's facts.
It cannot be a gimmick, but continue to allow Black faces and Black people to be seen in higher positions in politics, Supreme Court, in TV, in ownership. If you continue to do that, people will be enticed and inspired to want to learn more about Black people because they're going to see how amazing we are. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been shown that light yet, and I think they just need to continue that process, man.
But we've been amazing, like in my opinion, and you're absolutely right.
That's a fact.
Of course.
But people have been capitalizing on what Black people, men and women, have created since the beginning of time.
100%.
Like, since we stopped, I don't want to get too deep into this, but like since we stopped being slaves, then it was, all right, how can we still keep kind of taking from these people and not giving them what they're due?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop is bad until it becomes commercials. Now you hear hip hop in Old Navy commercials, and now you hear it in this commercial and that
It's
commercial.
what I like, but it's like even what you just said is like, how do you keep taking from them without and giving them what they're owed?
Right.
But it's like people think when they say owed, they think it's just money and 40 yards an acre or whatever. Like
No, it is
40
though.
mules an acre.
I want mine.
Honestly, I would love that, but like honestly, just give us a proper opportunity. Like stop trying to act like I can't do that. Like bro, I'm out here killing shit. Like don't.
Can we talk about reparations?
Hey, I'll take the reparations.
I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it.
I'm gonna get mine.
I'm interested to know how.
Okay.
Because honestly, what Gio just said, like, just give us proper opportunities, but we'll never have the opportunities that they had because they had a leg up in the game.
Yeah,
like
facts.
if you want to solidify and clear this whole thing up, pay us.
That's facts.
You got to give us, bro. They did.
Wishful thinking.
We're not gonna get political.
It's wishful thinking.
400 years of free labor.
Yeah.
400 years of free labor. Allow these guys to become billionaires and trillionaires, right?
Yep.
Give us our bread. Give us our bread.
And my point is, since they haven't, and since they're not on the way to that, let's carve out a time where it's okay for me to push these Black prominent people to the forefront. Because if they get rid of Black History Month for whatever reason, do we really how much more do we honestly think without some type of like, yes, we have Juneteenth as a national holiday now, and that's amazing. Yeah. That's another great accomplishment, I think. But if they get rid of Black History Month, do we really think that they're going to just spread that out throughout the year and genuinely highlight it?
It's not a bad idea, but I don't think.
I don't think. Of course they're not. I mean, unfortunately, I think it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I mean, I still think us having a month there still can be good from it. So I think us having the spotlight but now it just has to evolve. Like, how can we evolve past this? Like, what are like the next steps? That's what I would want to ask.
Fellas, I'm telling y'all not really watching what's going on. I'm telling you, man, it's trendy to be black. Look at the Super Bowl. Look at TV. They're doing it.
Right.
So if you take Black History Month away and it's not a gimmick, it's not a holiday, you take it away and continue to do what you're doing. Look at the Grammys last night. People were just boycotting the Grammys. Now it's all hip hop. It's all black culture. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like they have to they know what they need to do to put black folks in a prominent position we were meant to be.
But here's what they're gonna do. All right, they're gonna trot out the black people, and it's gonna be all these black performances and everything. And Macklemore's still gonna win hip hop.
They're just waiting for us. They're just waiting for us to fuck up.
Macklemore's still gonna win. No disrespect. I'm sure he's a great guy, but that's just usually how they do us. And Jello, to your point. Black history, this isn't just new that black people have been trendy or hip hop has been trendy. It's been going on like this since the 90s.
But not like this.
No, it's been
not like this, bro.
Of course, it's only going to keep growing. Like now, it's really in the culture. It's in the culture so much that Justin Jefferson, a wide receiver for the Vikings, he can create a dance called the Gritty back when he went to school at LSU. And now there's commercials of little kids, black, white, other, doing the Gritty, and now it's commercialized, and now it's like it's our culture. Of course, each and every day is just being taken and used in different ways to where like they water it down and it's ruined. Like the dab was killed in like freaking 10 days. Would you see old people over there breaking their elbows trying to dab? Like that shit was ruined.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I see more little white kids in the Gritty. Than I even see black kids.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because we are the culture. Like, no offense to anybody else, but usually black people are the culture. What are you going to say, Jello?
Real quick, I'm sorry, because we can be on this all day. I already know. But by the way, when I say give us reparations, I don't mean just hand everybody a check. What I mean is like funding for other things, education, schools, buildings, recreational centers, art, food programs, art. You know what I'm saying? Teaching kids how to play instruments, things of that nature. That's where that money needs to go. Not just handing people checks. Because we ain't gonna know what to do with that money.
Exactly.
No, unfortunately, well, now they're pulling from schools and unfortunately, like arts and music and all those type of subjects. They're not really in schools anymore, especially in the worst areas. Before we kind of keep it pushing, RC, what would be like your closing point on?
I think representation is important. I think it matters. I think we're speaking from the experience that we don't want it to become a commodity to be black or just be the popular in thing.
Right.
But I also know that every single year in February, there's some unsuspecting, random, let's just call it white person who learned something about black people that they didn't know. And I think if it wasn't for Black History Month, that probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I think it's important to continue to have it and to highlight it and to put the facts out there and to just I don't think there's anything wrong with honoring a person or a group of people and just having it be at the forefront because we understand the history, like we're in it, we're at the center of it. So we see it all the time. There's some people who don't understand the true impact or just the people that we say are important to us. And I think the more we highlight that and the more we do it, whether it's a month or a day or whatever, the better off, the more of an understanding everyone comes around to, in my opinion.
It's just tough. But like I said, it's just like, of course, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing that we have a month. But also, it's like Jello was saying and like other people said before, Black history, in my opinion, of course, is American history. Like it's hard to separate it. You know, it's not water and oil.
It shouldn't be separated.
It shouldn't be. No, that's the whole issue because we were separated. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
segregation.
That's the whole issue is that I got bars. That was a bar. So Giovanni, what will be like your last point on this?
More black art, please.
There you go. Easy peasy Jello.
Hey, real quick. We don't have a black gallery. I just found this out, but we don't have a black-owned gallery, commercial gallery here in Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, that breaks my heart.
Did that surprise you?
It didn't surprise me. It just sucks that it was just like, damn. Now most of them are like event spaces. I'm like, nah. We need a commercial.
But luckily,
represent us.
There's a lot of things Arizona needs to get right because we're just going to talk about the state that we're in. Yeah, Arizona needs to get right. A lot of other states all across the country need to get right. There's Black history each and everywhere in every state across the country. It's growing. I can only really speak on the culture here. The minority culture is growing
for sure.
There's more black entrepreneurs. There's more black artists and photographers and musicians and podcasters and content creators that are doing it, and we're trying to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Not just for the culture, but we do also represent the culture as well. So it's coming, but we got to be the ones to create that change, in my opinion. Giovanni, you got to be the one to create that change because you're such a talented and bright brother, and you can do that.
It's coming, y'all.
You can do that.
It's a fact.
Jello, let's see. What
Close
was
statement.
Did you give your last point on it?
No.
No, not yet.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Any white people watching this podcast, all of my white brothers and sisters,
We love y'all.
Number one, we love
All
you
of
guys.
y'all.
And I know that sometimes when you see a bunch of black people getting together and having these types of conversations, it makes you very uncomfortable. A lot of my white friends deal with a lot of unnecessary guilt. Listen, man, stand with us because you know it's right. You know it's the right thing to do. It's not about being black. It's not about being white. It's about standing together as humans and realizing it's the right thing to do. So don't get uncomfortable when you see this podcast and hear us talking about reparations and black history and peanut butter and everything else that black folks are a part of. It's just it's a conversation that should make you uncomfortable. If anything, it should inspire you to want to learn and move that forward. So
Yeah, and
I'll say that.
And we're just a lot. That was very well said, by the way. And we're just like a lot of people. We're just people that we're all in like some type of industry that where we have to deal with a bunch of different people from different walks of life, men, women, whatever sexual orientation they're in, or whatever the case is. Like we deal with everybody. So I have a lot of friends that are white, a lot of friends that are Hispanic, a lot of friends that are Asian, whatever the case is.
Facts.
And anybody who is watching this, you guys are loved, and we thank you guys for that. Okay, we're not trying to alienate any group, and we're not trying to we're only speaking about the things that we know, and we want y'all just to kind of get more of an understanding from four people that are being real. This is a minority ran podcast, but we love everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, man.
And speaking of
Good stuff.
yeah, good stuff. A round of applause. Can we give it? Yeah.
I love everybody.
Speaking of white people, though, there is a movie about a Jewish white man falling in love with a Muslim black woman because she was a Muslim in the movie. It is called Muslim with Eddie Murphy, aka Akbar.
Sorry.
Akbar Muhammad.
Yo, he came in.
Hey, his intro was hard. His intro was hard. I liked it.
I got some issues. I'm talking about the movie called You People that's been out for about, I want to say 2.5 weeks now on Netflix, something a little bit less than a month. It's been making a lot of waves. It's been getting a lot of critical acclaim to it. A lot of people say that they love it, that it's a great rom-com. And also it talks about a lot of like cringy parts when it comes to a black man being, or just any type of interracial couple.
Yeah.
Black, white, whatever. Just what do you mean, you people? Yeah, I know. It was directed by Jonah Hill and who was the other gentleman?
Kenya Barris.
Kenya Barris.
Kenya,
Kenya Barris wrote and also helped co-directed it with Jonah. And I finally watched it this weekend.
Yeah.
I know that we all here have watched it. Mumbles, did you watch the movie?
I'm sorry.
Okay, it's all good.
sorry.
He's like,
That's a no.
Chewy,
Mumble said,
Chewy,
I'm
did you watch
sorry.
it?
Yeah, I watched it this morning.
Okay, all right.
Ooh,
Okay, there you go.
It's fresh.
Can I be the first to get my
Yeah,
opinion on
what'd
it?
you
Oh,
think?
God.
I'm interested to know how you felt
Oh,
about it.
God.
It ain't it. To
No?
me,
Oh.
like
Not-
as a movie.
Not him looking around.
No, I'm just making sure. So I see Jill over there clenching his fist right now.
Okay,
How dare
as
you,
a
bro?
movie,
Give me,
we let you go
give me the
ahead.
Arthur hand. As a movie, to me, it wasn't it. It was corny. And the idea behind it, like I get it, and with all the famous actors and actresses that were in the movie, like you see Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy, like, oh shit, that's gonna be something crazy. It wasn't that, man. I was really disappointed when I watched it. There were some good points to it, but besides that, I'm glad I didn't spend money to go see it at the movie theaters.
Fair. Did you laugh at all during the movie?
Nah, there wasn't really one part.
didn't?
Wow.
No.
You didn't find any part funny? Not even Eddie Murphy?
I thought Eddie would be the saving grace. I was like, Edward.
Oh, you bugging.
No?
I was like,
not even
Edward,
not his
save
intro?
the movie.
You bugging.
He had the curly
Save
hair.
me.
He's the blackest man in it.
No, because
none of
my
that?
issue with Eddie was he plays like a devout Muslim in the movie, right? But he says the N-word a lot, which I kind of think would not go hand in hand in that world.
I think you overthinking
Muslims
it.
don't care about the N-word, bro. They could care less. That
Oh.
word literally means nothing to them.
Damn, I should be.
But do they say that? Do
No, they do, but it means nothing to them to say it. To them, it's just a word. They don't take it like we take it. Muslims is like, they change their names, bro. They don't use any kind of language here in the United States and take it as like it's bond. They don't care.
that part. Ooh.
They can care less.
I won't say I take it like, yo, I am Jamaican. Hold on. I still, there's a part of me that's kind of like, yeah, fuck that word. For me, I can't allow that word. Like, if a white person says it to me, I don't care what you say to me in anger. You're talking to me in anger. You just saying it, and I'm just like, whatever, dude. I don't care. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose my cool because you call me a word. I feel like that's having real self control. Like, honestly, but
Yeah.
but
You want to know the real kicker though?
What's up?
When you run into I love. My godmother is white.
here
So
we go.
my godmother is white. Shout out my godmother Susan,
do
who helped
this.
raise me. I love you, Mom. But when you meet a racist white person, call them the N-word.
yeah, bro, right?
But when you call them the N-word, put the ER on the end and watch the reaction. Watch the reaction. Oh yeah, you. And watch their reaction.
We're all gonna
That's
be
what
confused.
gas-
They're gonna be appalled like,
What? Yeah.
me?
Momo's over there like, yeah. He's like, yeah, do that. He's like, I'm gonna do
I'm
that.
telling you, do it. It works every time. You meet somebody racist, they being funny racist, call them the N-word.
Well,
I
I'm just
guarantee.
saying, from a consumer standpoint, to me, I don't know Muslim culture that well, so I'm not going to try to speak on something because I'm not a practicing Muslim, so I don't know it that well. But to me, it just kind of came off like it didn't make sense to me, at least in the movie aspect.
You digging too hard.
I thought if I watch a movie, I want a movie to make sense. Like I want a movie
makes sense.
or like to be at least realistic. And there's a lot of corny parts.
Hold
in
on,
the movie.
you want every movie to be realistic? Like
You gotta keep it
sci-fi
surface
stuff?
level.
No,
What about
like,
The Lion King?
In,
You want
in
that
the
to be
world,
realistic?
yes, I want talking lions to really just be talking. I want subtitles for their roars and all that shit. No, I'm just saying, like,
I feel you.
in like their world, like when movies like Think Like a Man or Brown Sugar, like let's compare like another rom-com or stuff like that. Brown Sugar was pretty down to earth. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like just crazy, people acting like characters or people acting like cartoon versions of themselves.
There was a time that movie was. It's a timepiece, bro. It's a different time.
No, there was Goofy and there was.
This is all made up, bro.
This is
what
my
art
opinion.
is.
Let them make Brown Sugar right now. It would be you give it a 5.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Movies aren't what they used to be, but I agree with Aaron only for the fact that, or not, I don't fully agree with him. I think the movie could have been a little bit better. I think the third act, they just kind of fell off. Y'all seen that meme of like the drawing of the horse, and it's like super detailed, and then by the time it gets to the end, it's kind of like a stick figure
That's
version.
art.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel like with this movie. I mean, kind of towards the end of the movie, they was just like, all right, like just kind of throwing story together.
Yeah.
But I
agree
laughed
with that.
at certain points. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was kind of slapsticky and corny, and some of the
was hella
jokes.
corny.
Thank you.
What's
Some
wrong
of the
with
jokes,
corny?
they overdid it on parts.
But
like,
it's also such a hard topic, bro. When you're talking about interracial
No, I get it.
couples.
It's not
I get
that hard though.
So I
We
think
have
that's
interracial
why-
couples
I
now.
understand.
But I think that's why it was corny, right?
They went in wanting 12 years a slave type like drama.
Yeah, do we need another slave
yeah.
movie?
Yeah,
I'm
No,
bro.
I'm
we
not
got enough of
saying that
those.
I'm not saying that we need like serious Oscar level drama or Oscar level acting in this movie.
Not like
No.
Titanic?
No, it can be lighthearted and fun, but I have an issue when like the mom was just talking about the police and just all the killing. Like it was just like over and over, and it just drove
But
on.
It don't feel like that
long.
to you. I feel like sometimes that's how like white conversations happen. I'm just like, oh my god.
There's some people
Right.
that do act like that,
Absolutely.
but still, though, at least for the movie's sake, like, yo, get on with your point. Like, what is your point here? Like, for me, it took way too long to get to the mother effing point about what is the message of this movie.
Can I
Because if the message is just blacks and whites don't mix and we shouldn't do that, we might as well go back all the way to 1975.
No, bro,
what
you missed the whole point.
No, that's what
Right.
Jonah's podcaster friend said. She said black and white people would never get along.
But-
she said that in the
See,
movie.
all right, I get you, but I think that's the beauty of this movie is that it was a polarity play, right? It literally was showing both sides of it all. So she'll say something like that, but then they'll depict something that completely like contradicts that. But I think that was the point of a lot of the dialogue. Personally, it wasn't me like it wasn't the visuals for me. It was the dialogue, like how things were written and played off each other is what I like because it's not just one sided. It was literally the white side and the black side. You know what I mean? So-
Which, by the way, Kenya Barris is the perfect person to do that. He
exactly.
brought us Blackish and that whole universe that comes from that. They handle those conversations beautifully on a lot of his shows and
Very
different things
likely.
he's been a part of. So I think to that point, a lot of the commentary who better than Kenya Barris to be able to present that in a way that
I feel like Kenya was trying to do too much on this one. Blackish, to me, I love Blackish. I think that was a great show.
thank
and a lot
God.
of no, Blackish to me was good.
Fire.
It was good. I thought this movie trying to push a little bit too hard. Jello, what do you think?
I thought the movie was good, man. I give it like a solid 7 out of 10. Jonah Hill is funny as hell to me. I thought, I'm a corny jokes kind of guy.
So am I.
This is true.
All right, every now and then I like a little corny joke.
So am I. I am.
And I thought it was good. Nia Long, Nia Long.
Nia Long.
In the name. Nia Long was beautiful. Lauren London was beautiful. Eddie came in swinging. Eddie was great. He appeared to me to be old Eddie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like somewhere Eddie Murphy got soft and started making soft movies.
Dr. Doolittle?
This brought my guy Eddie back.
Doolittle was good.
After he played what's dude's name?
Dolomite.
After he played Dolomite, and then this kind of redeemed old Eddie. And Jonah Hill, to me, is like one of the funniest people on the planet, bro. So I thought it was a good movie. And by the way, you're talking about the topic, how it didn't get to it fast enough. That's because that's how you feel. Yeah. They made that movie for people that haven't had that conversation. They made it for people who haven't had that conversation or been in that position to experience that with somebody's parents. Those are the folks that they're trying to talk to.
Yeah, but
well said. I like that.
That kind of doubles back to the point of what we kind of talked about with Black History Month is like, yo, we're here now. Like, we've been here now. There's been interracial couples for a long time now. And I know it's always going to be some type of conversation, but like the corniness of it was like if somebody just got off a spacecraft and never seen a black person before and they didn't know how to act. That's how corny it was to me.
Bro, name another movie.
Yeah.
Where the interracial dating was this big of a topic. There hasn't been one.
There has been.
Name one.
They
had to play this up.
Picture movie with Bernie Mac. What movie was that?
With Bernie Mac?
Bernie Mac was the dad. Ashton
Kutcher. There was that one.
I'm trying to
now see, that was slapstick corny, though. That was
corny.
That
one wasn't as corny as this.
That was Bernie.
The only thing good about the movie was Bernie Mac.
Yes. No, there was that one part. Oh my God, are we being audited? Like when she walked in, there was like a white guy there, like that. But that to me was kind of funny. And then also the other movie where Carlos Mencia and Forrest Whitaker. I know that's black and Mexican culture, but I was like, yeah, black man with a Mexican woman. And that movie to me was done way better than this movie was.
But see, that's the thing. They didn't make fun of people's cultures.
Yeah.
They really had
They did make fun of our culture.
But not in a way where it's slapstick, like we're trying to poke fun of you being white or poke fun of you being black. It's two groups of people coming together to have a real legitimate conversation, and how black people are or Muslim and how white people are in their home kind of just played out in the film. But they weren't taking jabs. Like, are we being audited? That's taking a jab at white people.
They were taking jabs this whole entire movie.
I don't feel like they were taking any jabs. It wasn't like making fun of either culture. It was just having that conversation between the two.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I think more so, especially with the mom's character. I can't remember her name, but Jonah Hill's mom in the movie. Yeah. I think she was more, dare I say, ignorant or just oblivious to black people. Like that interaction when they were going on the Bachelorette trip. Yeah. And the mom was just like kind of
spoilers if you haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah. Sorry, spoiler.
If you haven't seen it yet, all right. Should we put up a spoilers? You know,
nah, you should have been seen it.
Put a spoiler warning.
Some people like, hey, I still haven't seen it yet.
Y'all aren't welcome here.
But the mom, it's just kind of like you almost don't know that you shouldn't say this. It's not like she was intentionally saying stuff. So I think I kind of agree with Jello. They weren't taking shots. The mom was just like, hey, I'm just kind of just going through life. I don't have black people in proximity enough to tell me that that's not how you
navigate or
talk to black women, or reference their bodies in a certain way or their hair, and you just out here just like you at Disneyland with it.
It's 2023, and even if this movie was filmed in 2021, 2022. You know better.
No, you don't.
No, Aaron.
See, that's the problem.
All right.
That's the problem, bro. We always assume that people think the way that we do.
Bro.
That's the problem.
That's my point about Black History Month, though. Yeah. There's people out there who honestly don't know who George Washington Carver is. There are people who honestly don't know certain things that we just take for granted and be like, bro, how could you not know that in 2023?
That's true.
No, you're not wrong about that. Like when it comes down to like knowing people and the contributions of black people, and even knowing how to really act if your like family member or friend or son or daughter is dating somebody else from a different race and a background, and you just really want to try and do your best to like impress them. Like I get that there's some parts of the movie that probably represented actual real conversations that have happened. But then the dad over here playing the piano, singing John Legend, ordinary people and stuff.
Hey, but that again is exposing. Now that's telling black folks like, look, I know this is a black artist, but understand, everybody absorbs and loves this culture. It ain't just for us anymore. So that brother really loved. He was showing you. I really love. If he can play it on the piano and genuinely like know word from word. They're trying to depict like, hey dog, he really loves that song.
But
I got the point that he did that to impress the black woman because she's black and she's black, so she must love John Legend.
It was a little bit of both.
He's like showing like, yeah, look, I'm cool, I'm hip. I know.
I'm down.
I know.
Good.
But that was a Get Out moment. Get Out.
Good.
So look at the conversation. Again, look at the conversation. They're trying to expose, like, look, these people just don't know. They absorb the culture. They love R&B. They love hip hop, but they don't know how to express that to other black people. And you get around, if you've been in a situation where you kicking it with your white friends, my white homies will turn on some Kendrick or something and be like, yo, Jello, I'm playing this Kendrick. And it's like, I'm like, all right, bro, you playing Kendrick.
Right.
But I don't realize, like, he wants to show me that, hey man, I understand. I'm trying to understand your culture. I love your music, and I want you to know that I love it and accept the fact that I like Kendrick Lamar too, and I'm allowed because I'm white.
I hope that's what it means.
That's what I got from it.
I get you.
Some of it was there's that line in some of it was, hey, we really appreciate this and we know that, and some of it did feel like remember that line in Get Out where everybody walked up to him and was like, I would have voted for Barack twice if I could.
Yeah,
right. It's just like, you're the black guy. I'm gonna the first black thing that comes to my mind, I'm gonna say that to try to like get it.
Tiger.
So some of it was a little bit of that too.
But to me, like, what Get Out was, because that was kind of an interracial dating movie, but of course it turned out to be like a psychodrama killer.
He did a great job.
But that movie, and it's probably not fair to compare the two because there are different genres, kind of. But that movie, Get Out, did the dating part way better and way more natural to me than what you people did. Like, that was like, that to me was more of like a natural conversation of they weren't being cartoony. They were really being white people trying to get with the black culture, but without making like an ass of themselves.
Right.
The texture of the story was different though. Yeah. In Get Out, you didn't see another person from Daniel Kaluuya's family other than Lil Rel, and that was like his brother, I think,
Best
in
friend.
the movie.
Right.
Best friend. So you don't really, the texture of their relationship and the story of those two movies are totally different.
Yeah, so we didn't see their end of it and how Daniel's family from Get Out treated the white girl and stuff like that. We didn't see that part of it, but I thought like it was just handled a lot more better and cleaner. This movie, you people was like really trying to just hammer in whites and blacks do not mix. They do not mix.
Okay,
so you cannot have a Jewish with a Muslim. And it wasn't funny. If it was funny, then I would say I would shut the F up. I would shut the hell up if that shit was funny.
That's it. You just wanted to be funny.
So again, let's think about this, and this is in defense of white folks, all of the white people that watch the podcast. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
How does a white person convey to a black person that they enjoy their culture? Like, how do you convey that message without sounding inappropriate?
How do you pose that question?
That's a good question.
Hold on. How do you pose that question right back to us? How do you?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm asking y'all. Like, so if you're gonna tell how can to you, Aaron Michael specifically, or to you, RC or Gio, how can a white person who truly enjoys the culture? Because you got to understand. I was watching a video online. This has become super racial podcast, but I was watching this video online.
We're here,
and this guy was asking 10 white people if they were proud to be white, step to the left, and if they weren't proud, step to the right. It was 10 of them. All 9 of them stepped to the right, saying that they were not proud to be white, and the other stepped to the left. Right. So you got to understand their mindset and how they think. They want us to know so bad that they're not like their ancestors or where they come from, that they kind of have to be brass and be like, we're just ordinary people.
No, they don't.
We don't know which way to go. They have to be.
No, to me, that's overcompensating.
So then tell me, how can they approach you and let you know that they appreciate your culture?
Treat me like anybody else. That's like the whole argument about Black History Month and why we kind of agreed that there shouldn't be a month is because if you treat me anything differently, then you're making me stand out without me even really having a say in it.
So if they pull up on you with a scoop of mayonnaise and a cucumber sandwich with the crust cut off.
No, just ask me what I want. Don't assume, but if they pull up on me with chicken and waffles that they just made specifically for me because I'm black, I would be mad about that too. I would eat it, but I'd be mad about that too. Giovanni, go ahead.
got a
go ahead,
response.
please.
Champion me. Be in my corner. Like for me, it's like, all right, give me opportunity. Like you see what I'm doing. You really trying to help me out. Help me get ahead.
Yeah.
I feel
Put
that.
me on the next art call for the $50,000 mural, right?
I feel that.
And champion me. Yep, I love his art. I think this will represent all of Phoenix, whatever the case may be. So it's like I think that's one way to do it. Like actually help us get ahead. That's all I can say. Like you don't gotta do the boasting and or Kendrick Lamar. What?
Yeah.
Champion me.
RC, what do you think?
I think that's a great question. To be honest, I'm not sure. Where my mind goes when he asked that question is a lot of the things. Now, and we really taking it here.
Oh, come on.
A lot of the things that I kind of wish white people would do for black people, or how they should treat black people, I think men can kind of do for women in the way that
agreed.
In the way that I have this perceived authority, or this perceived whatever you want to call it, just walking through life in general.
Yeah.
That whatever the equal opposite counterpart of mine wouldn't have. If I walk into a room full of women in certain situations, it's looked at like you're the authority here, or just in some manner you have this unspoken.
You have a certain
and
privilege.
So it's up to me to open the door, literally and figuratively, for the women in my life to be able to be on that equal playing field. Yeah. And I think to a certain degree, kind of like what Gio was saying, it can go that way for black people and white people. Yeah. They just have a certain amount of, I hate to say it, but privilege that we don't necessarily have, that they can use to kind of even out the playing field, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Okay. See,
equity.
There was a cartoon that I feel like handled this conversation the best that it could.
Scooby-Doo?
No.
Yo, we really about to compare this to a cartoon?
No, because there was Boondocks, yeah, no, but there's an episode of a South Park. No, hear me out.
Go ahead.
No,
that cartoon's so racist, bro.
No, but see, here's
everybody.
No, exactly.
Right.
That was the thing with like South Park and like Family Guy. Like back when they were able to do what they wanted to do, everybody got it.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody,
Nobody
black,
was
white,
safe.
Mexican, Jewish, Christians, whoever. Everybody got it. Atheist, everybody got it.
That's real.
And with South Park, there was an episode where Stan, one of the main characters, a little boy like with the brown jacket, and Token, they have a character in the show called Token Black. His first name is Token, last name is Black. I know it's crazy.
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
waiting for the point.
And the whole episode was about Stan trying to prove how like down he was with like Token being black, and Token just ignoring him. And Token is like, no. And Token like, Stan tried to do this, and no. And he's like, how come Token hates me? And then finally, Stan walks up to Token, and he says, you know what? I don't get it. He's like, I don't get your culture. Like, I don't understand, and I don't understand what you go through. And you know what Token said? He said, thank you.
There it is.
Like, he said, thank you. Like, that was like South Park. Like, I know it's a goofy ass, crazy ass cartoon, and there's a lot of it that's crazy. But to me, at least that point sticks out in my head as like, if a man or if a white person comes to me, like, you know what, hey, I don't understand you, but I respect you for who you are as a person, then cool. Then we can build from there.
I think
in my opinion.
But that's that second part of that is huge. I think that's the part that a lot of people miss. It's, I don't understand you, and now I'm kind of putting you in a different, it's not, I don't understand you and I respect you. So a lot of people it is, but where the marginalization comes from is, I don't understand you, I don't understand what you're going through, and then I'm going to treat you differently.
Yeah,
like,
that part.
Whether I intentionally do it or not.
But that's what I think.
Subconsciously,
Yeah. Real quick, Giovanni, before I just want to say this. But that's why I think a lot of people have like good intentions. Like they have good intentions, and that's what makes them want to try so hard, is because they're nice and they want to try to like fit in or make you feel comfortable. I think it comes from a good place. Like that movie, You People, the mom was acting like that because she was actually trying to be nice because her son was, and she conveyed this message by the end of the movie, of course, the big, soft violin moment of where both parents, realize that they're being assholes.
I'm sorry, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the point.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, my son just never had a beautiful woman before. And like
Beautiful black woman.
Well, no, just a beautiful woman in general, regardless if she's black. But this time she happened to be black. So that's where I feel like it comes from a good place, but people just got to know just to chill. But Giovanni, go ahead. What's your point?
Oh, I honestly, I didn't have a point. I was just agreeing. But I will say that's what makes those cartoons good.
Yeah.
Is because they can get into the depths through comedy, and then it highlights that big moment of like what you said at the end. I don't understand you, and I don't know what you're going through. It's like, damn, that shit is true. A lot of their episodes is like that. That's for me as an artist, that's the conceptual creativity that it's like, damn, like y'all did that. Like I see you. I see why this is on the air for how long as it was.
Yeah.
She had like 35 seasons.
Yeah, can't count it.
Bro, to piggyback off of what you just said, again, you don't come to that moment of clarity unless you have that conversation. Like Lauren London's character had to approach white mom and explain to her what it's like to approach a black woman. Jonah Hill had to approach Eddie and explain to him what it's like to be a white boy trying to date a black woman.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I'm sorry, I didn't really quite understand what was going on, right?
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
So that dialogue has to take place, and the movie did that. The movie showed that conversation needs to take place in order to come to a resolution.
Yes.
To the point of it falling apart in the third act. After that conversation, the parents set up a surprise shotgun wedding at a shoot.
Come on,
so they ain't
fam.
listen to nothing. Come on, fam.
And then, of course, DJ Drama just got to be in it. You always got to poke his head in every black movie. Now, don't you, Drama?
Hey, is Drama? Is he black?
Is he?
I was gonna say something.
I don't know what that meant, but
okay.
The world would see Drama as a black man, I believe.
Oh, okay. No. But
If he,
how did the authority see him? That's the question.
That's what I was gonna say. If he gets pulled over, what you think is going on?
get the
Drama's
pass.
black.
All right, so
Drama's black.
rapid answer. I'm just gonna ask you, scale from 1 to 10. What do you rate you people? RC,
Start over there.
Jello, what do you rate you people? Go.
I'm gonna give it a solid 7 out of 10.
Okay, 7 out of 10. Giovanni, what do you rate it?
I'm gonna rock with you on that. 7.5. Like I said, I like the polarity in it, in the dialogue.
Okay.
Hey, how come Gio don't ever be talking into the mic though when he be talking?
What you mean? I swear I was in the mic, man.
Hey, he's doing a good job today.
Hey, look here. Hey,
I'm doing a good job.
Nice.
7.5.
Chewy gives you a thumbs up.
Thanks, Chewy.
Thumbs.
I'll give it a
All right,
solid
so
7.5.
7.5 RC.
I'm a little less than that, just because again, I think there were some plot holes. A
Spit
little
it
bit.
out, boy.
6, 5.5.
Oh.
Mediocre at best.
I love you, Kenya Barris, but
5.5.
yeah.
You hold that. Chewy, what do you give it?
Like 6 at best. That was hella corny, man.
Thank
He
you.
said 6 at best.
Dang, y'all niggas
Like
just
it
can't
made me
handle corny,
chuckle
huh?
at times, but I mean,
No, I can handle corny, but it got to be funny. I give it a 3.
They just too masculine.
3 out of 10.
Too masculine.
A 3.
3 out of 10. Jonah Hill, I after kind of rewatching some parts, I love Jonah Hill. I think he's great in a lot of things, like Wolf of Wall Street, but in this movie, he phoned it in. I thought he kind of gave an performance. Lauren London is good to see her back on screen.
Yes, sir.
It's beautiful. I hope she does more movies and stuff like that. But that last kiss it looked like CGI.
Definitely
Because Nip was watching.
No, but they kissed earlier in the movie, and I even showed RC proof. I even showed him proof because he was like, nah,
Trust me, I was sitting there on Nip's behalf, like, hold on.
Yeah, Nip was like, hey, only one.
Look here.
Hey, cuz.
Oh, that reminds me of that, of course, in the barbershop part, like, they're Crips at the barbershop.
Yeah.
Oh, because
What's wrong with that? Cribs don't need
he was
haircut?
giving. No, I'm just saying, though, it's Crips.
Hey, y'all remember how Mufasa showed up in The Lion King? He was like, remember. That was Nip on set, like, remember. Hey, cuz, remember.
He was reincarnated.
He was just kind of.
Yo, I'm sorry for saying that. Please don't approach me. Anybody I'm a
Yeah.
radio guy, man. I'm sorry for using that word.
Deliberately. So, all right, so we all give it our ratings. That's you people. That's what's going on. And then to kind of get to the final topic of episode 3, the Grammys. Did we watch it? What did we think about it? Once again, they celebrated 50 years of hip hop.
It was dope.
And a lot of different generations in there and cultural shifts and artists that have paved the way for what hip hop is seen today, which has never been more commercialized, never been more welcomed. Hip hop is the standard now. Like, that is the standard for everything. That's for sports, that's for video games, that's for art, that's for fashion. It's hip hop. That's leading the way. And I bet you the pioneers like Sugar Hill Gang would never even have imagined, Run DMC would never even have imagined where it would be at today.
Facts.
So whoever kind of really watched the most of it, who kind of really wants to kind of get this party started, I didn't get a chance to watch too much of it.
Yeah, so I watched the whole thing. We had
Oh, you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, we had kind of like a watch party. It was like a Sunday fun day watch party at the house.
Right.
I didn't get the invite. That's crazy.
Oh man.
Neither did I, buddy.
Don't you start. Don't you
played
start.
spades and everything. That's crazy.
You don't get started either.
I want to invite. I mean, I might not show up, but I would like an invite.
We all want the
Kids,
invite.
bro. I was with the kids eating pancakes.
They'll always invite me. Dog, you weren't even here.
I would have came off the wall
It's nice
just
to
to
be
hang out and
invited,
play
bro.
spades.
It was dope though. It was dope. Yeah, so we had people over at the house, family, and we had the Grammys on. We was playing spades, you know, a little Sunday fun day, dinner, food. So I thought it was dope. Bad Bunny opened the show.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Very good performance.
Bad Bunny.
The guy is just as charismatic as one could be. Very good performance.
My arch nemesis. As
People have cell phones. Did they have cell phones at the Grammys? Like,
I know, right?
Oh, that'd
Somebody
be
better
crazy.
have. Somebody better have.
that would have been
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
flawless. Sorry, excuse my language.
Yeah, so it was good.
You know-
Trevor Noah was the host. I thought he killed it.
Oh, he's dope.
He was walking around and he was like just flowing, walking through the crowd, telling jokes, introducing people. This is what's coming up next. I thought he did a great job.
I
He
like
looked
Trevor
great.
Noah.
Yeah, and it was good. Like I said, we watched the whole thing. We obviously stopped the spades games for all the big moments and stuff. And I thought it was well done. Like you said, hip hop was definitely highlighted, definitely somewhat at the forefront.
As it should be. That's crazy.
Which is crazy to see at the Grammys because that's like the biggest level of music. Not even like, that is the biggest level of music. So to see all of the artists, new and old, that were there, represented, performed, and acknowledged, I thought it was good.
And that's where a lot of hip hop artists have usually been snubbed at is the Grammys and been
Yeah.
treated wrong. And a lot of those men and women up there usually boycott it, like Jay-Z and other artists like
Yep.
Drake. Like, I don't give a damn about the Grammys. I don't care. So, Jello, so what'd you think about it?
Hey, Lil Baby performed.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh,
Okay.
When they were celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I thought it was dope.
You
Okay,
don't
my only problem with the
What?
Grammys
Oh.
was how y'all go from LL and Run DMC and all these cats, and then skip a whole time period and go straight to Lil
Go
Baby.
to
bro.
Glorilla and Lil Baby.
I'm like, wait a minute, where are the franchise
The
boys and like,
90s,
I don't know,
yeah.
really, Lil Bow Wow, something.
Something.
Like, y'all
Really?
just go straight. Y'all went straight to Lil Baby.
Nobody
How?
gonna represent. They ain't gonna have Fabo on the stage.
they-
Don't
I'm
care
just
if Lincoln
saying,
or
you
Rockets.
could have threw Chingy up there, Ludacris, somebody.
Luda
They
at
could have maybe
least.
threw him Luda.
You went
Yeah.
straight to Lil Baby. Like there was a whole gap missing of time in hip
That
hop.
was a dark
but-
time in hip hop.
No, hell no.
I agree though.
That's what
You know what I'm
I
saying?
thought it
Higher.
felt, they Uzi was there.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, was he ready to rap?
He did the
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit it.
Oh, he's fucking it up.
I will say, did y'all? And I hate to do this, man. I love Busta Rhymes.
Oh.
I love Busta
Hey,
Rhymes.
don't
come after my
Split Star.
Jamaican
RC,
brother.
don't you do it, bro.
Just listen to
Don't
it.
come
Just
after
hear
my
me.
Jamaican
Don't you
brother.
do it,
Say
RC.
three words.
He grabbed the mic.
Go watch that performance. Go watch Busta Rhymes' performance and tell me if he delivered them
Was he
words.
losing his breath?
Yo,
Damn.
let me tell you something.
He was kind of feminine.
I leave him alone, bro.
I love Busta Rhymes
You
and
don't think
him
he's
and
tired of doing that
Busta
shit?
Rhymes
Yeah,
verse.
he ain't got
It
nothing to
doesn't
prove.
get better than Busta Rhymes and Spliff Star live on a stage.
That's
Let me
a
say that. I
fact.
agree. I agree. I've never
So he ain't got nothing
not
to prove.
been entertained. He phoned it in on that verse though a little bit.
Bro, wait a
That's
minute.
all I'm saying.
Don't disrespect
I
Busta
love
Rhymes
no,
like that.
absolutely no disrespect to Busta Rhymes whatsoever.
Busta
Just
Rhymes.
watch it for yourself.
Busta Bust for me
Busta
is the
Bust.
greatest rapper of all time.
Ooh,
Wow.
I like that.
I came home from school one day and I saw the Woo-Ha video pop up on the TV.
That was
And
a
I
good
was
one.
like, yo, because I'm an R&B guy. I love R&B music. I've been singing since I was 6, right?
Yeah.
I didn't can't say.
Ooh, yeah.
Don't get me started.
So I
Oh, and
see
your name is-
this
okay.
Woo-Ha video and I say to myself, what the hell is this?
Blew
Like,
your wig off.
This dude was just
Your wig.
completely different. Just
I
different.
agree.
And he's the reason why I fell in love
Wow.
with hip hop. It was
Nice.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Busta Rhymes, he getting older.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, let the
therefore,
man live.
and he's abused his body with a lot of tequila, and
Me too.
it's just sometimes mentally the brain doesn't quite work as fast as it used
Babe,
to
y'all
back in the
leave
day.
him alone.
Oh no,
So-
I don't think it's the
That's
brain.
He's
not
gonna
a
forget
cop-out.
some-
Jay-Z.
I'm
Isn't
assuming.
Jay-Z?
I think that's more hardware
Okay,
than
have you
software.
seen Jay-Z and Busta Rhymes? Go back before Busta Rhymes dropped Extinction Level Event 2, before he got back in the gym,
Wild.
and tell me has Jay-Z ever looked that bad? Busta Rhymes, his belly was bigger than mine. Like
That boy got
he
a
let
belly
himself
sometimes.
go and he wasn't eating right. Jay-Z's never done that to his body, and I believe the way you treat your body is how your body's going to take care of you later on. So I know I got some sort of like mental issues that's going to happen.
Oh, you would have watched
It's
with your
coming.
arms all squinty
Hey,
like,
hey.
I'm
I'm like, is this a therapy?
Hey, I lost 86 pounds, so don't flex on me.
That's
I'm
dope.
getting better. I'm getting
That's
better.
fire.
But Jay-Z seems like someone who is taking care of his body and his mental, and therefore Jay-Z would probably never make that mistake. But Jay-Z don't rap as fast
Right.
as
more.
Busta Rhymes.
Right.
Boom.
He's never rapped well. Maybe back in the day,
Yeah, he
in the
did.
Way
beginning.
back.
Yeah.
But he's getting older, bro. He's gonna forget some words.
I don't
didn't
think
think it's out of the
here's the
verse.
thing. I don't think it was he forgot the words. Like I said, I think it's more hardware than software. I just think he was tired and he had to just fill in the words.
Yo,
and
did we just say-
I can't get
Bro,
over the
please
reference.
do me a
Yeah,
favor.
hey, RC, that was fire though. He says it's more hardware than software, so it's not the mind, it's the body.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was
Just
a dope analogy. I like that.
do yourself
really
a
mad.
favor and watch it. Great performance. Like I said, Spliff Star and Busta Rhymes are one of the most entertaining acts you'll ever see if
Hands
you ever
down.
get to see them live. But again, just it's a very just go watch the clip.
Well, it sounds
please.
like I missed that boat. Clearly,
Jello, let me ask you,
what he did.
Jello
so
said you said that
can't see him live.
Busta was one of your favorite artists of all time. When you saw "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See" that video, did you cover yourself in like paint and like walk around the house,
Nah,
like in dark? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like scaring your family.
Yo, I would have. They would have roasted me for that if I ever showed up.
Hey man, we all used to do stuff in the house and just be
Nah,
stupid.
what did you do?
I was the
Just
only
you.
child.
It's just you.
Yeah,
Eric.
that was
You couldn't do that.
Check it in.
I would have got beat.
You did something.
Boy, where you
I'm
get
gonna
paint
find
from?
out.
Nah, I never did.
I'm gonna find it.
I wanted to though. Like I wanted to put on some face paint and like I wanted to grow dreads and I wanted to be Busta Rhymes.
That's
But
tight
no.
though. That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, bro.
Grits?
Let me see.
Somebody's a
Apparently there wasn't. I heard about this, and since then, honestly, Offset said that wasn't true. But there was rumors
Yeah.
that at the Grammys that Quavo and Offset got into a physical altercation before Quavo got on and did his remembrance song of "Takeoff."
Great
my
performance
God.
though.
Yeah, which
Great
is.
performance.
But there's rumors like TMZ said that they were fighting and that Quavo didn't want him on the stage, and Offset said, "How you gonna tell me what happened with my brother?" So there's
Yeah.
different reports about what happened, but I hope it's not true.
Yeah.
Family business.
Yeah, I
As
was
far as
saying.
I'm
I think there's a
concerned,
lot of
I don't
emotion,
think it's-
especially in that moment.
Yeah.
But I think that they would know how to kind of keep it cool and sometimes, hey, things just spill over, and I don't know if we have to because you're always gonna hear three sides of the story: their story, this other person's story, then the truth.
Yep, sir.
So I don't know what happened, but I just hope, just for the sake of hip hop, we would love nothing more than for Quavo and Offset to find a way to reconcile. Not even drop a whole nother album or redo the Migos or anything like that.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that's what Takeoff would want. And they, of course, they know Take better because they're literally family. But I'm pretty sure Take would want them to get together. Hip hop wants them to get together and to unify, especially on a stage like the Grammys. That'd have been the perfect time. That'd have been a perfect time for those guys to kind of show love to each other and squash whatever beef they have, hopefully. So
I
I
don't
felt like
think-
they should have gotten closer after Takeoff's death, but I mean, just,
You would think.
I
I
yeah.
mean,
Family business,
I
bro.
mean, it was because I don't understand about it. Because
No,
you see the
say-
video, it's like
I'm pretty sure Offset's not watching, boy.
Well, Offset said that it was.
Watch
He
out,
said it was
they get
fake
this.
news. Offset,
Yeah.
Offset came out and said it wasn't real. But
Whichever.
we don't know. He could be just saying that. But in his mind, it's like, hey man, we brothers. We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Family.
But it's
TMZ
family
usually
business.
don't miss.
They don't.
usually.
Usually, I
They
didn't
work
say
for China, bro.
TMZ. No,
Usually.
TMZ knows
TMZ
what goes on
actually
before it
owned-
even happened.
That hot air balloon that's TMZ's, bro. That wasn't. They didn't belong to China, bro. I don't know how they know everything, but they know everything.
TMZ literally be like in the house before just like shit pops off. It's like, yeah,
I'm over here
like
sweating, bro.
cams.
Talking about. I'm sorry.
Don't come for me.
Don't come for me, bro.
Hey, RC, who won album of the year?
Harry Styles.
Man, it should have been Kendrick, dog.
Yep.
That's
Or
a
wait,
fact.
he won hip hop album, but the big award Harry Styles.
Harry
won.
Styles.
And it's hard to knock because Harry Styles is a global star.
No, he is.
Kendrick is too.
I'm surprised Bad Bunny didn't win.
That
Either
too.
one,
Yeah.
Number one.
I want to say he won Urban Album of the Year, right?
Bad Bunny
did.
did.
Oh, urban. Love that word.
I know. I was giggling when I saw that too. I was like,
urban.
Beyonce took home a couple
Yo,
of
the
awards.
most Grammys in history.
Crazy.
Music
Right now?
history.
Yeah.
How many she got?
29.
it's a lot.
All right, Ben, I'm
Wow.
coming for you.
29 Grammys, bro.
Miss Viola Davis became the fourth African American to be an EGOT winner.
Yeah.
So Emmy,
Grammy,
Grammy,
Oscar, Tony,
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
John Legend, Whoopi Goldberg, Viola Davis, and I'm
I
missing
wonder
the
what Whoopi won a
fourth.
Grammy for.
I'm missing the fourth. I
Hold
think
on,
it was her
repeat that?
audiobook.
Repeat that. I feel
Hey,
like
yo.
you just said all black people.
Yeah.
The
John Legend, Whoopi Goldberg, Viola Davis. I'm gonna have to look up
Yeah.
the fourth because now
3 out of 4
Sidney
are
Poitier?
black. Hey,
Sidney Poitier.
What?
Really?
Hey!
from half court.
Who knows black history?
Hey, you know what that is?
Sidney
Black
Poitier
history.
mural. What are we talking about here? I just did a mural in honor of Sidney Poitier.
And you didn't
because
even know.
ASU named their building after Sidney Poitier.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, their film building out in Mesa.
What I tell you?
Crazy.
What I tell you? Y'all see what's happening?
Sidney Poitier,
They
man.
named their film building after Sidney Poitier, but that's no here nor there. You know what they need to stop hating on though?
What?
If they don't give my girl Angela Bassett some sort of award, dog, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Like this woman played every role. Like every role by any African American woman was played by Angela Bassett, bro. She played Tina Turner and is yet to win an Oscar. Oh, is the Oscar for the movies, right?
Yeah, Oscar.
Did she win an Oscar for a supporting role though, and what she did for Wakanda Forever?
She never won. She hasn't won.
I thought she won one. I thought
She's been nominated.
We can check.
We got to double check that.
But
I
also,
could've sworn she won.
James Earl Jones is the other black EGOT.
Oh,
dope.
nice.
James Earl Jones.
Very,
course,
Sidney Poitier.
No, he has two. Yeah,
Oh.
all of them.
Yeah.
And Snoop. Snoop has been nominated 16 times and has never won a Grammy.
No
That's
way.
what I'm saying.
Like, how you not gonna give Snoop Dogg?
How much,
That's what I'm saying.
Snoop
That
a
man gotta
Grammy?
do?
He been getting
That's
nominated
tough.
since he started.
That's
then.
what I'm saying.
because we all know what the
Yeah.
Grammys usually
Yeah,
represent.
yeah.
And that was my whole kind of like hidden just issue with, like, that's cool that they celebrated hip hop.
We need to start the
That's
Grammys.
dope that they celebrated that. But I feel like for how many times some of the pillars of hip hop, some of the giants that we've had can't even get a whiff at winning anything,
Yeah,
and they got to be happy with being nominated. No, we need to start. We should be winning. Snoop Dogg should at least have one or two.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, no offense to Eminem, he's a fantastic artist, and to me, he's one of the best lyricists of all time. But for him to have as many Grammys as he does, which I think is at least more than 2 or 3,
But I mean,
come on. Macklemore has a Grammy.
yeah. Well,
Come on.
That part.
Now you're proving my point.
Come on.
But fun fact: me and Snoop Dogg have the same birthday.
Ooh.
That's pretty dope.
When's your birthday again?
October 20th,
Okay.
10/20.
Who else you share it with?
20.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
and ASAP Ferg.
So
Wow.
Random collection of people, but that's a solid. little-
I like Ferg. I don't know if I know anybody famous that I share a birthday with. July
gotta look it up,
23rd.
bro.
Y'all let me know.
Well, it's
You're
Libra.
July 23rd?
July 23rd.
I'm July 20th, my brother.
Hey,
I think it's like Tom Hanks. You
bow.
celebrate a birthday with Tom Hanks.
Okay, I think.
Wow. Unfun facts.
I think Tom Hanks.
I'm a fun fact.
I think Tom Hanks.
That's pretty cool.
You want an unfun fact for real?
Let's get it.
You get one. What you got?
All right. So in Africa, there's a tribe called the Bodhi tribe.
Okay.
Oh, I've heard of him.
And in this tribe, you drink blood and milk, and you sit in a hut for I think it's like 6 months to grow a belly, and that makes you more attractive to women. Women want you when your belly is big. So the bigger you are, the I guess it's
Wealthier.
the more wealth.
Yeah, wealthier you are.
appear wealthier. So you sit in the hut for 6 months and get fat, and then all the ladies just want to
Can I just eat
play
like
on the
in and
playground.
out and just do it? Why gotta be
Well, they don't
blood
really
and
got
milk?
them in and outs over there, bro. They eat different.
Sure.
I'm dead.
They ain't got
No, that's no disrespect.
Sure.
That's no disrespect. Let me tell you.
don't want
They're
them.
eating right.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
eating
wow.
how you're supposed to eat.
blood and milk is how you're supposed to eat.
I'm saying that's to get fat.
Blood and milk.
They're not eating like human blood. It's like,
Oh, that's nice. It's
just lamb blood,
chicken blood.
things of that
Some
nature.
cool candidates.
CEO of Unfun Facts. You know,
And they eat bangos and watermelon, stuff like that, but they ain't no In-N-Out burgers over there, bro.
I figured as much. Well, since we were on the topic of music and we got to the Bodhi Tribe, thank you, Della. Appreciate that.
Got you, man.
The last thing I kind of wanted to touch on was Lil Wayne, because he was awarded, I want to say, an award from the Recording Academy. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yes, he was like a Lifetime Achievement Award or.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I
something
don't know
like
the
that.
name of the award. It had like a specific name.
Yeah,
to
but
it.
Lil Wayne, he was very emotional when he accepted the award because he explained where he's from in New Orleans. Like, they don't make it out like that.
That's
and they're
a
not
fact.
supposed to be
Facts.
multi-platinum selling artists. And Lil Wayne is a worldwide figure. He is a pillar.
My favorite rapper
Ooh.
And
of all time.
I respect that.
Lil Wayne is up there as one of my favorite rappers. Like, my cousin Marcus, he's the one who put me on Lil Wayne, like growing up as a kid, like downloading his mixtapes off of LimeWire, giving my computer all types of viruses and shit
Not
like
the
that.
LimeWire.
Yeah, no, like LimeWire, well, yeah, that would F up your computer, it would fuck it up.
For sure.
But to me, Lil Wayne, his impact on my life, he was the one who really got me into like that different style of flow. Like, I think once he left Hot Boys and he kind of became his own artist, he became a legend. And to me, he's the greatest mixtape rapper of all time.
Facts.
Not even close.
Facts.
Oh, what's up,
He
Jello?
said
I hear
Hot
facts.
Boys.
I hear facts, and then I see you. What you guys say?
Mixtape?
Mixtape.
Mixtape?
Mixtape.
Yeah.
I love Wayne.
Don't you do it?
I love Wayne.
Don't you do it?
But Busta Rhymes.
Nah, in order
Bless
to
up,
be
bless.
considered, because Wayne's not even in my top 10.
Of mixtape rappers?
I wouldn't even call Wayne a mixtape rapper. He's Lil Wayne.
No, but I'm talking about before he started really getting into his Carter albums, like when he was dropping the Drought 3.
I grew up like the beginning of Wayne when he was 14. Like the block is hot.
Boys, yeah.
So I didn't really rock with the mixtape era of Wayne like most people did. I was more so an old Lil Wayne fan. Like his first albums that he came out with when Cash Money was first starting out.
Yeah.
That's the Wayne that I know and love. The mixtape Wayne, I didn't really rock with the mixtape Wayne.
Wow.
It just kind of it seemed gimmicky to me.
That's some of his best music.
Yeah, it seemed gimmicky to me. His albums are amazing though. Don't flex. I mean,
to me, his mixtapes are better than his albums.
Oh, you tripping now? See, this is what I'm talking about.
In terms of influence, though, in terms of influence on hip hop and rap and just the level of production and everything, where do you have him?
I think Soulja Boy had more influence than Lil Wayne did.
Get out.
No, don't do this.
Get out.
I think Soulja Boy had
Mumbles, can you
more-
open the door from the league?
Hello, what are we doing?
No, I believe.
Soulja Boy.
I believe. Well, I don't know, bro.
And let me say this. I love Soulja Boy. I can sit here for an hour and make a case of why Soulja Boy needs more recognition.
Absolutely.
And more just acknowledgement for what he's done and his influence. But come on, fam. Lil Wayne.
I feel like when Wayne started doing the heavy mixtapes, like there was already like a sound. Like he didn't recreate a sound.
He invented his own sound.
Made the sound.
He didn't. He stole that sound from who?
Who?
T-Pain was on that before anybody.
What are you talking? Lil Wayne was out before T-Pain. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when Wayne started auto-tuning his voice, the sound
He wasn't doing-
Before the auto-tune.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but he was not doing.
So what sound did Wayne create? I'm asking you.
Lil Wayne was one of the main voices from the South. Like it was Outkast and then kind of like the Hot Boys. But then once Lil Wayne became into his own, he was probably more of a prominent sound than even Outkast is. As a sound, coming from New Orleans, like that swamp style of rap.
Nah, bro,
and then him being able to rap on other beats from like different parts of like West Coast beats and East Coast beats and beats from Miami and stuff like that. Lil Wayne murdered everything he did on mixtapes.
So you throwing away everything that No Limit did. No Limit had that whole sound. And you remember Cash Money, Baby even said it himself. They piggybacked off what Master P and No Limit was doing.
For sure.
So that down south sound was already fully
But
established.
he did it better.
It doesn't matter if you said he created a sound. That's not true.
He took a sound and he innovated it to his own way. That's like saying Michael Jordan played basketball and there's other people that played it better than him, but Jordan played it in a way that nobody else did it.
But I'm saying, shouldn't you give that respect and that ingenuity to T-Pain, who really started using auto-tune so heavily?
He really changed the game.
And Wayne and everybody else piggybacked off of it, and maybe they created something better, but they still... You got to give love to the originator. And it wasn't T-Pain who's the originator. I'm just saying everybody piggybacked off of that.
I was going to say, yeah, T-Pain did not originate auto-tune. Of course, you know it is.
He says that.
Why I know it? Because I'm old, dog? Wait, but hold on. Let's get back to the Soulja Boy, though. Soulja Boy, now he changed music forever. The way Soulja Boy was rapping and the way he came in the song, everybody started to do it. And if you notice, everybody started mimicking Soulja Boy. The raps became more dumbed down. That's when they call them what
the snap era.
Yeah, like when they call what's the word?
Mumble rap?
The mumble rap.
Yeah, mumble rap.
Soulja Boy started that
Soulja
genre.
Boy, but he did not start the snap era though. That's more D4L than anything.
He helped to usher it in a little bit though.
No,
But
he did.
everybody was rapping different until Soulja Boy up in there.
But he didn't start that. No, Laffy Taffy was before that.
But you know what they saying on that song.
On what song?
The Laffy Taffy record. You know, I'm Mrs. Bubblegum.
We know what we're saying on Crank That.
You don't know. When you first heard Soulja Boy Crank That, you didn't know what the hell he was saying on that song.
Disagree.
Don't flex.
I gotta disagree, bro. Like Lil Wayne. I don't think we have enough time for us to really get into that. But to me, Lil Wayne was the greatest mixtape rapper of all time. His catalog is undefeated.
100%.
And then now as an overall artist of him becoming more commercial and being on songs with Katy Perry and doing crossovers into pop and house and EDM and stuff like that and still being hip hop and hood, Lil Wayne to me is a top 5 rap artist of all time. He's in the top 5.
Don't forget that mixtape thing he took from 50 Cent. I'm just put it out there.
Okay. All right.
50 Cent G and was doing it first. They were doing it first.
But once again, just because somebody did mixtapes before somebody doesn't mean that they were better at it. If I dropped a mixtape before Lil Wayne and he came after me, that doesn't mean that I'm better than him just because I was first.
How is he? I don't understand the idea. Okay, so how do you say he's better just because he put out more
quality volume
content?
Bars.
He dropped the most, and everything
bars,
he almost did
honestly.
was just the content.
So you nah, bro.
And-
I don't think you get to take all of that. You can't just take that from the originators or the people who are really doing it. You can't take it from
but you
them.
can't. But just because somebody once again originated it, that's like saying like George. I can't even think about it. Like Bill Russell's better than LeBron James. Bill Russell, he was one of like the first, like big men to play basketball.
Okay, come
and stuff
on,
like that.
Aaron
No,
Michael.
but I'm saying, but
Sports
Joe, that's what you're
analogies.
saying. Just because somebody came out first doesn't mean that they're automatically better than somebody who came along and took their innovation and ran with it. That's the whole goal.
What I'm saying is when 50 and G Unit were doing it, they were dominating with the mixtapes, and then everybody else piggybacked.
I
so if
personally-
50 Cent put out 100 mixtapes, Lil Wayne put out 200. You gonna take away everything that 50 and G Unit did?
I never
I don't
heard
think it's
one G
taken
Unit
away.
mixtape in my entire life. I didn't hear 50 Cent until Kid Richard died.
So that's what I'm saying.
my
Different
God.
eras. It's just a different era.
I was around that era though. 50 Cent came on after Lil Wayne.
No, bro. 50 Cent was. They were doing this. You got to remember they went on
kinda
tour together.
close.
They were doing music around the same time. We just not from the East
it was
Coast, so we didn't know
underground,
anything
yeah.
about.
It
Well,
wasn't
we're not from the South, but yet we still heard Lil Wayne out here.
That's true. That's a fact.
Without Lil Wayne, we don't get Drake, Nicki Minaj, or
It's a whole
Tyga.
Young Money.
We're kind of running out of steam here, but
That's a
Tyga, Lil,
Little
twist.
Maybe.
Hey, but without
Soldier,
Soldier, do we really get Gucci? Do we really get OJ?
Yeah.
Do we really get?
Yeah.
I'm
You said
saying,
OJ
do we
the
really
Juice
get? Do we get these mumble rappers that have had an impact on hip hop?
Gucci and no, you no,
Gucci wasn't popping like that. Gucci was not popping like that. He had So
doesn't
Icy
own-
with Jeezy, and that was
no,
pretty much
Gucci.
it.
He had that other down south like Miami type rap. So he was nothing from where Soulja Boy came from. That's two different branches
But
of the
Soulja
hip hop
made
tree.
these guys cool. He made these
Gucci
guys.
wasn't really a mumble rapper though. He wasn't just like mumble rap to me is a relatively newer style of rap that's only been around for like maybe 5 to 6 years in my opinion.
Nah,
Little
bro.
bit longer.
Maybe a little bit longer, but Gucci was out before. Like the Jeezy, Gucci, Boys from the Hood type rap style, like that was a different time.
I don't know,
The
bro.
T.I., that was a different time. Would you call
was a
T.I.
different-
mumble rapper?
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying
right.
then. All right, well,
That's
Over
just
my head, y'all.
disrespectful.
I'm glad you guys went in on that.
I know, art.
Left me
Hey,
out of that one.
But real quick, round of applause. This episode was jam-packed once again. We got really deep. You know what I'm saying? We talked a whole lot about, what race means to us and celebrated Black History Month and how we feel about it. Thank you guys, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for everything. One more shout out to my guy Chewy on the boards.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for there you go. For your horns and everything. Shout out to my guy Mumbles again for getting all the content, being one of our leaders when it comes to the content that you guys see. We're going to keep pumping out reels. We're going to keep pumping out polls and asking you guys questions about what you want to hear from us, what do you want to see from us, and how can we improve. We need all the constructive criticism we can get. Before we wrap it up, let's please just kind of give everybody socials out. And please follow us, man. We're all doing something in the city. We're all doing something so we can expand out the city. And the goal is to get this podcast to blow up. You know what I'm saying? So that way we represent the people that are here from day one. We want our day oneers to come with us. And we want to keep building a bigger audience. Subscribe to our YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, DQ'd Up Podcast. We're on Instagram. Twitter's coming soon. We're on everywhere. So just follow us. Jello, please give your socials and how they can find you.
Jello TV. Spell Jello with a G, not a J.
That's all you get.
On Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter, man. And I love everybody. White, black, brown, purple, silver, doesn't matter. I
CEO
love
of
you.
One Fun Facts, yo. We love
Yes, sir.
Jello.
Thank you, man.
Giovanni, my dog,
What's
please.
happening? I'm half asleep. What's going on?
Hey man, wake up and give your socials, dog.
My social is just created on Instagram and probably other platforms, but I only use Instagram. But
Probably other platforms. RC, please.
Calvert Productions. Instagram's probably the best place to reach me and view all of my work.
There you go. Yeah,
yes,
man.
sir.
You about to have a busy week, dog.
For sure.
Chewy, please give your socials, dog.
Jesus Christ, I'll have it on the screen right there for you. Follow me on Instagram.
Nice. There you
you can have
go.
it on the screens.
And I am DJ Aaron Michael, the host. Thank you guys again for rocking with me. Please follow me Instagram. I'm mainly on IG. I'm trying to get more on Twitter and stuff like that as well. Support our reels. Share the reels. Share everything. Follow my guy Charlie Mumbles on Instagram too. An amazing content creator. And then follow our dog Artie Reeves as well. He was one of our co-hosts from last week. Great musician. Great artist as well. He's part of the family. So follow all of us. All of our socials will be easy to find. And we hope you guys have a great week, a safe week, and we'll see y'all again next time. So peace out, and we love y'all. Later.
Peace. Hoo-ah!
Yeah.